Welcome to Game 3. Kelsey Wright-Johnson, Todd Benacki bringing you this broadcast between the Windsor Express and the Canada Stars.
Well, it should be a lot of fun, Kelsey, as we look deeper and deeper into this bracket. Two Canadian teams locking horns in this game, and two coaches that perhaps are familiar with each other, and Mike Leslie with the Canada Stars, and then Scott Newman with the Windsor Express. He normally is a coach with Windsor Express in the NBL of Canada, and here he is as an assistant coming down, and he's the head man of them this week. So two teams, two Canadian teams here in America battling it out, and a chance to move deeper into this bracket tomorrow.
On top of that, Todd, the head coach of the Windsor Express came just for today. He's in the crowd now watching his assistant take the lead. And again, yes, the coach on the other end, that's Mike Leslie. He coached in the NBL as well for the Halifax Hurricanes, came in second this year, just lost in the championship.
Very cool. So there's a lot of pressure then, certainly, with the boss watching his protege and Scott Newman and seeing what they can do this afternoon.
Absolutely. Now let's take a look at some of the players. Both of these teams took L's yesterday in their first games of matchup, so this is kind of a battle for the first win of the tournament. For the Canada Stars, Todd, I'm most excited about watching Josiah Lee. 6 steals yesterday and 100% from the field.
Good-looking player, too, and a guy that is from Colorado, 6'3" combo type guy, played Division II in the States, and average about 10 points and 7 rebounds and 4 assists. So, yeah, he's a good-looking player. Starter yesterday. I'm sure he'll start this afternoon, and one to watch in number 4 here for the Canada Stars.
On top of them, I think it's going to be a big thing for Windsor to get Shannon Fowler off the glass. He had 8 rebounds, 13 points. Almost all of those points are off of offensive rebounds, putting them back for those easy putbacks underneath.
He's a big body and very physical, strong. He has a little knack for the rebound. We saw that yesterday. And another guy that played Division II ball, looking to go pro. And number 9 is the guy to watch down low for the Canada Stars.
On the other end for the Windsor Express, I think one of the big things that Canada Stars are going to have to do is keep Rayshawn Simpson off the field, the foul line, excuse me. He went 100% yesterday, getting 11 points in the game.
They have a lot of scorers, the Windsor Express, and they're pretty deep, and you're right, he's one of the guys that can certainly find his way to the goal. 6'6", lanky body, a guy that was drafted last year in the NBA D-League, and a California native that's trying to shine here in nearby Las Vegas this weekend.
All right, after a quick break for the national anthem, we'll be back at tip-off. The starting lineups for both teams. For the Windsor Express, Tracy Abrams, Mario Flurima, Dante Hearns, Rayshawn Simpson, and Kyle Meyer. On the other end, it's Demetrius McReynolds, Anthony Johnson, Jamichael Hawkins, Shannon Fowler, and Dudu Gaye. To kick it off, it's Abrams up top. He gets it inside now to Hearns. Right back out. Chucks it from beyond the 3. It's just short. Offensive rebounds there for the home team, and that's a 2-pointer for Hearns.
6'7" from Grambling State University, and a big guy in the right place at the right time. Grabbed it, scooped it up, and able to lay it off the glass and finish in the first 2 of the game for Windsor Express.
On the other end, Jamichael Hawkins strapped, and now it's going the other way in the hands of Abrams. Kicks it out. Again, from beyond the arc, this team now 0 for 2 from the 3.
Good look, and just off the heel of the iron, Tracy Abrams was able to fire and miss. Get a steal on the other end, and here comes Windsor Express up 2-0, looking to add to their lead.
Hearns up and under. It doesn't fall, Todd, but he is going to go to the charity stripe now for 2.
Nice first step on that baseline. Boy, found a little hole, was able to get around his defender, and then a reach around foul as Dudu Gaye was beaten on the play, and he commits the first whistle of the afternoon.
There we go. He's not going to head to the charity stripe. That one just on the ground. The Florida native right back out onto the floor. And it's Rayshawn Simpson who's going to take it out for this home team. Leading the way 2-0. Just under 9 minutes left to go in the game. Up top, Abrams swings it to Flurima. Down the middle, tries to kick it out. Coming off the screen now, a nice behind the back to the big man in the corner, and there it is, Kyle Meyer.
Sweet pass and a sweet shot. Nice combination, that worked beautifully. And at 6'10", stepping back deep in the corner, Kyle Meyer able to hit the long-range jumper.
McReynolds now, a jumper of his own. That one's good.
So the Canada Stars get off the schneid with a sweet little J from about 12 feet away. And making the goal easily was Demetrius McReynolds.
Abrams tries to answer that one, no good. Rebound, Gaea. On the other end now. They're looking inside for the big man, decides to pull it up. McReynolds, nothing but air.
Not a good shot, nobody underneath the rebound. And he thought he had a good open look. It was way off the money, and a turnover back to the Windsor Express.
Especially when you have a team like this, you have big guys like Shannon Fowler and like Dudu Gaea. Take a couple seconds, fling it off when they're down there.
A lot of guys see they have something wide open. Boy, they chomp at the bit. They want to fire away, but that wasn't even close.
Florima now on the left-hand side. He stopped on the baseline, kicks it out. Again, Kyle Meyer wanted to go back-to-back there. That one, no good, and it's Hawkins who brings it down.
6'10", he was feeling it once. He thought he can go 2 for 2.
That one, no good.
Kyle Meyer showing his defensive prowess on that end on a pretty dribble drive, and Jermichael Hawkins going right at the big 6'10" giant with a long reach. Kelsey was able to send it backwards and knock it out of bounds.
There you go, right on the baseline. Johnson's going to bring it out for this visiting team. 13 seconds on the shot clock. McReynolds kicks it. A stagnant offense right now as he tries to drive, gets himself onto the 45. 4 seconds now on the shot clock. Trying to put up something. Fowler finds some space, puts it up. It's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, forced it. The clock was ticking away. Big man standing at about 19 feet away with a dribble behind the back, and that was an ill-advised shot, but that possession really didn't have much of a prayer, and we have a timeout on the floor.
Coach of the Canada Stars calls that first timeout right now. They're down by 3, just not being able to get their offense going. They've only scored 2 buckets in the last almost 3 minutes. Yeah,
I think he just wants to set the ship right, make sure these guys recognize what they're here to do today and refocus, if you will, and make sure that they execute the plays and the ideas that Mike Leslie wants to put together. And right now it's not working for this Canada Stars bunch, and they've fallen behind 5-2. They had a tough loss here yesterday, 82-79 to Point Streak, who will be playing later this afternoon for a chance to move on to the championship tomorrow, Kelsey. And meanwhile, it's interesting, the Windsor Express team was embarrassed, if you will, here yesterday. They lost by 30. They were really never in the game late yesterday afternoon, and you would imagine that Scott Newman and company has a chance to come out and breathe some fire and make sure everybody knows that they're here to compete this weekend. Yeah, that was the first game here against the Finnish Select. 95-66 was the final, although they did get a lot of guys scoring. I mean, 16 points, 13 points, a lot of guys adding points in there. Just it was the defensive end that they just couldn't focus on, and I think talking to the coach before the game today, that's what they're focusing on today. Not quite their offense. They know they can score. But what they're focusing on now is getting stops and getting physical and rebounding. Yeah, it kind of got out of hand yesterday. I think they let down after they were down by about 20, 25 points. And I'm sure they had a good night rest, a good meal, and are ready to go this afternoon and really show what they're made of. Simpson now on the sideline. 17 seconds on the shot clock, just under 7 minutes left to go in the first. Here's Hearns up top. Pass it to Abrams. Abrams looking to come off the screen from the big man. Looks to Myers, but kicks it out. Hearns loses it. A big steal now for Fowler. Picks it up, hands it off. Johnson, he's fouled on the drive. Good pass across the wing, and Anthony Johnson with a nice first step. From Maryville University in my neck of the woods out of St. Louis. He transferred from Eastern Illinois and went down to a D1, from a D1 to a D2. But a nice move, and they'll retain possession. There's a bucket for Jermichael Hawkins, and that's the guy that they need to start getting off, Todd. He had 16 points yesterday in the game, and I mean, he's going to be one of those big scorers that if they're going to win, they need him to go off. Well, you could see that. They set a nice screen to free him up, and inside the lane, he was able to hit the little rainbow from 12 feet away. Big man in the corner again. This time, hands it off. Florima drives, a step back from the high school 3. That one's worth 2. Good shot. They love the elbow jumpers, these guards, and we've seen it all weekend. And there was Mario Florima to step back a little off balance and knock it down from 16. McReynolds hands off to Fowler. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Another handoff now
Johnson turns the corner, a little Euro step, tries to get it in there to Gaia, just off, and that one out of bounds. It's going to be white ball now on the baseline.
Yeah, if these two teams had practiced with each other for a week or so, maybe that connection works. But they've had 48 hours or so to gel and find a little chemistry, and I don't think Dudu Gaia was expecting that little shovel pass underneath.
Flurima now bringing it back up for his team. He comes off the screen from Simpson, turns the corner on the right-hand side. Looked like a clean block with his hands. Gaia got his hands on it, but it was the body that knocked over Flurima, and he's going to go to the line now for 2.
Yeah, Dudu a little late rotating over to attack that shot, and got most of the ball, but he did attack the flesh as well, and that's good enough to draw the whistle.
Flurima, not someone you want to necessarily put at the line this early in the game. Yesterday went 8 shots, 6 for 8 from the charity stripe, and I mean that's 6 points that you can't afford early in this game, especially on a block like that where you could just stand up straight, not leave your feet, and get the same result.
Oh, you just jinxed him because he missed the first of 2, and now he's got the back end. So
shooting 50%.
That's good enough.
Here's Johnson up top. Kicks it into the corner. They're looking into Gaia down low, but there's a steal for Simpson. A great pass up to Deontay Hearns. It's good to take the lead now to 10.
Sweet outlet down the lane, and they're in stride. A gallop and collect and score was Hearns, and 10-4 now.
Johnson goes up off the glass, no good. Big rebound now for Dante Hearns. He gets it over to Abrams. Abrams, a nice little Euro. Beautiful swish.
Pretty shot. Switched hands almost mid-air and was able to float it over the reaching defender and hit nothing but net.
Here's Fowler down low. 15 seconds on the shot clock, looking to back down his defender. Nice pump fake off the glass, no good, and another big rebound for Rayshawn Simpson.
It was a $100 move and a 2-cent shot. He did use the glass, but a little too strong.
Gaia grabs the defensive board, gets it over to McReynolds. McReynolds coast to coast off the glass is good.
Pretty move. Switched hands, accelerated down the lane, and great body control to finish off the square.
Flurima looking for the answer off the glass, and it's good.
So the guards are starting to flex their muscle here this afternoon, Kelsey, and back and forth action we go. And good penetrating guards. The NBA is full of those, and both of them on both sides in the last 2 possessions looking strong.
McReynolds, nice handles, puts it up, and it is good. It is a battle right now between McReynolds and Flurima, and I am so excited to see where this goes.
That was a rainmaker, too, a little rainbow jumper fading away from the elbow. It took a long time to come down, but found the goal.
Down low now, Hearns. It's in after it felt like a couple minutes bouncing around the rim, but that one brings them now to 8.
And both teams all of a sudden starting to up their shooting percentage in the last couple of minutes. And they were chipping off iron early, but they've settled in here in the first quarter.
McReynolds, that one's no good. The putback by Gaia still won't fall. It's knocked out of bounds now by Fowler. It's going to be Windsor Express ball on the baseline as a couple substitutions come on for both teams.
And one of them is a new addition, Zach Kirschbaum, 6'10", from here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Trinity International University is where he'll attend next year, but he was just added by Coach Mike Leslie. He and Dante Thomas are new additions to their roster, effective earlier today. So maybe a little recruiting by Leslie after yesterday's tough loss and trying to find more cogs in the machine to churn out a win this afternoon.
Speaking of one of those, there's Weeks Jr. hands it off. It's knocked out of bounds, though, off Madden. It's going to go back the other way to the Canada Stars. Here's Josiah Lee. We talked about him in the pregame. One of those kids that I am so excited to watch here in this game. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, 16-8. It's Canada Stars ball on the sideline. Gaia bringing it out for his team. Great defense there by Weeks. Gets the steal, puts it up, and it's good as he flings his entire body onto the floor.
That was pretty sweet, wasn't it? Body control. He knew he was going to draw the collision, but still had the wherewithal and athleticism to scoop it and score.
There's another steal, back-to-back steals for this team. Rayshawn Simpson posters up and puts it in for the slam.
Head of the pack, they want to shine under the lights, and Rayshawn Simpson with the buggy whip with the right hand and the flush down the hole.
Gaea up top. Gets it to Anthony. Anthony hands off now to Lee. Josiah Lee. I think every single person on the floor now has touched the ball. Talk about ball movement, unselfish play. That one no good. Kirschbaum tries to go up. It's stripped. Now coming back the other way. Simpson hands off to Madden, but that's going to be an offensive charge. Great defense there by Dudu Gaea.
And the foul was called on the pass as the ball was being distributed underneath. And Rayshawn Simpson is the culprit on the call, and ball will go back to the other side.
Here's Hawkins now bringing it up for the Canada Stars. They're down right now 20-8. He finds the open lane on the left-hand side, puts it in with the right hand, and it's good now to bring the deficit to only 10.
Pretty move, huh, Kelsey? Just splitting traffic, able to gallop to the goal. And
almost LeBron-ish.
And able to finish with a beautiful little layup.
Nice bucket there by Madden. Under 2 minutes now left to go in the first. Another drive. Obvious call for the referees there. That one's going to go to Ricardo Washington. It's going to send Jamichael Hawkins to the charity stripe for 2.
On the other end, Jaquante Madden hitting the little soft 16, 18-footer. 6'9" with a mid-range jumper. Yeah, there's no doubt. There are some scouts that like to see that on the floor today.
Hawkins had 19 points in yesterday's game, playing 35 minutes, 2 assists. He went 6 for 9 from the field goal. He also went 3 for 4, Todd, which is so impressive from the three-point line.
Well, that's what you want to see. I mean, guys that can shoot 40, 50% from the three-point line this week, that'll certainly give him an opportunity to play professional ball. And, you know, they were talking in the media room or the meeting room on Thursday when we arrived. If you can shoot 40% from 3, 50 from the field, and 80% from the free throw line, statistics are, you know, sometimes overrated, but it's important that these guys think of their numbers this weekend in this tournament.
He knocks down the singles, coming back the other way now. Florima up top. He drives right. He's going to get the foul on that one. It's going to go to Kirschbaum.
The big fella was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. 6'9", 6'10". You try to rotate over, fill the lane on a dribble driving guard, and he was too quick. Mario Florima will head to the stripe.
Florima played a D2 school in Texas, actually. And again, we talked about how he went 6 for 8 from the charity stripe earlier in this game. Now only 1 for 2. Yeah. He's got one more shot here to bring his team up even further than they are right now. It's 22-12, just under 1.5 minutes left to go in the first period.
Impressive start. They've come out with breathing fire really from the opening tip, and you know, and they lose by 30 almost yesterday afternoon. This is a far better team, and they are certainly motivated to show their stuff here today.
They definitely came out to play tonight with something to prove. You could tell after last night's game, like you mentioned, a bit embarrassed, had a chip on their shoulder, and this is a very, very different energy that we're seeing today with this team.
They're playing well together, and as you talked about too, it's starting on the defensive end. They're active, their hands are in the lane.
Kirschbaum just long, easy rebound for Weeks. He's on the move now, kicks it out. Florima spots up, decides to drive, and there's going to be a foul called there on Josiah Lee.
Caught flat-footed up top. Guard went around him and drew the contact. More free throws coming up.
Here's the third time now Florima is going to go to the line. We talked about this is one person that I said early in this game you don't want to put at the line. He's shooting 50% right now. Just as I said, he'll make the second one.
Maybe you and I shouldn't talk about his free throw prowess, and he'll start to hit them. But a guy that gets there a lot, and the reason why is because of his athleticism, his first step. He draws body contact, and he's a penetrator, and a guy that probably throughout his college career had a lot of free throw opportunities.
Misses both there, but you can tell the hungry and heart that he's got right now. He got his offensive rebound spotted up in the corner. That one just off the mark. Coming back the other way, it's Fowler. Kicks it out. Here's Hawkins now, goes up. He's going to be fouled on the other end. Just under a minute now left to go in the first.
Dante Thomas tried to handcuff him as he penetrated across the lane. And a couple of free throws coming up. on the other side.
In yesterday's game, Hawken was 4 for 6 from the line. Right now, he's got 2, trying to close that lead in for his team. Right now, they're down 23 to 12, 47.4 seconds left to go.
Graduated last year from Southeastern Louisiana University. It's from the state of Mississippi. To Michael Hawkins.
Florima slowing it down for his team. It's Madden now in the corner, puts up the jumper. It's just long. The fight for the rebound is won by Shannon Fowler as he brings it up now for his team. Finding the big man down low, Kirschbaum gets it in. A nice little drive there. Found Hawkins cutting right down the middle of the key. Just can't put it in, but again, he's going to go to the charity stripe one more time.
Aggressiveness, that's what we've seen really throughout this tournament. Guys come here, they certainly want to put up big numbers, but they want to show their speed, their athleticism, and a lot of dribble drive penetration and a lot of free throws, really, honestly, in this tournament, and it's because of the athleticism.
Now tied 23 to 14, 21 seconds left to go in the first. What are the Canadian Stars going to have to do to get back into this game?
Well, it starts on defense. They got to get some stops, but right now Windsor Express has much more heart and energy, and it's really showing on the scoreboard.
Walter Weeks Jr. Lots of dribbling up top. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. Finds himself wide open on the right-hand side. The scoop a little bit too strong. Florima going to have to put something up. Loses the ball. It's blocked by Kirschbaum. Can't get it to go at the end of the first. It is 23 to 15. The Windsor Express leading the way.
Well, that 24-second shot clock is much more different than a lot of these guys are used to in the 30, 35-second playing in the the European or the collegiate level. And right now, adjusting to a lot of possessions is something that these two teams are a lot of the teams throughout the tournament are having to kind of adjust to, because the possessions are much shorter with 24 seconds, and that was a perfect example. They didn't realize the shot clock was ticking down, and they forced a poor shot.
All right, we're going to send over to Sydney now. Sydney at the sideline, what do you got for us?
He needs the team to come out, compete, and show off their skills. He said ultimately this is an interview for a job, so they need to come out and they need to perform. He said he wants to see defense, rebounding, and hustling. We'll take it back to the desk with Kelsey and Todd.
Thanks, Sydney. So she said rebounding, defense. Those are the keys that are going to get this team back in. So, I mean, you said it, but she's just reaffirming, hearing it from the coaches on the sideline, and that's where it all starts. Offense comes from defense. They got to get some energy on that defensive end to get back into this game.
Easier said than done, but so many guys want to come here and put up big offensive numbers, right? The 20 points, the 12 rebounds, and 5 assists, and hit their free throws and the like. But I guarantee you, a lot of these scouts, executives, etc., are watching what they do on the defensive end, and not only on a specific possession, but how they bring consistency with the defense. And if they're able to do it consistently, I guarantee you there's a spot for them on a pro roster.
Absolutely. Now coming into the second, it's the Windsor Express out there waiting, 23 seconds left to go, and it's strategy now coming from the Canada Stars. You can tell kind of they're getting themselves together now. You can see the team chemistry starting to build on the bench. I mean, same goes over there for the Windsor Express. You can see them talking. It's Tracy Abrams who's come back, and you can see he's the leader out there as the point guard, getting all the guys together, talking about what they're going to do in this second quarter to keep the lead.
Well, you need guys like that certainly on your team, and the vocal leaders on the floor, and we've heard coaches in the huddles throughout the week talk about that, Kelsey. They want more communication, and sometimes when you form all-star teams like this and they've only been together a couple of days or so, they don't have that camaraderie yet, but I'm sure by the time this dust settles tomorrow evening, we'll see a lot more chemistry within these teams as the tournament evolves.
It's Canada Stars possession here. Shot clock didn't start there. It's still sitting at 24. We're going to take off a couple seconds here, put it down to 19, and it's going to stay with the Canada Stars now on the sideline. 9:55 left to go in the first half.
Remember, these are NBA caliber officials, and they've been very much sticklers, if you will, to that 24-second shot clock, and wanting to make sure that nobody gets cheated of a second or two.
There's a quick blocking foul there called on Walter Weeks Jr. The ball is going to go right back to the sideline. Canada Stars possession. Here's Terry. Hands it off to McReynolds. They swing it through the big man. The backdoor cut. What a beautiful play. Couldn't finish, but Lee is going to go to the line now for two. What great eyes does Dudu Gaia have to be able to find him cut into the basket?
It's probably a seamstress, too, the way he was able to thread that needle, wasn't he, huh? Sweet bounce pass, and really Josiah Lee probably should have finished that, Kelsey. And he would tell you before I would, but he'll take the 2 chances at the free throw stripe.
First one is good for Lee. 23-16 right now. 9 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the second. That one no good. Rebounded by Simpson. Hands it off to Weeks. Weeks now over to Abrams. Abrams swings it on the other end now. Weeks gets it right back, looking to get it inside. Simpson tries to get it in there to Myers, but it's stolen by Gaia. He throws it back there, and then there's going to be an over and back call there called on Abrams. A lot happened in that possession.
Yeah, and his momentum just kind of dragged him into the backcourt. It's an unfortunate call for Windsor Express because they hustled all the way and should have had the possession, but again, it dragged that foot and it just ticked that midline, and that's a turnover back to the Canada Stars.
McReynolds up top, comes off the screen from Gaia. Pulls it back, redrives and kicks it. Here's Fowler. Over to Anthony. McReynolds drives, pulls up off the glass. It's no good. Big rebound by Kyle Meyer.
6'10", right place, right time. Look at him run the floor.
Yeah, playing point guard there. Dishes it off to Simpson. Off the glass, it's good for 2.
The Credit Express, their energy today is outstanding, and that was a terrific play as we saw Meyer dribble it up, freed up his buddy on the baseline, and an easy 2 off the window.
McReynolds now up top, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Fowler. Fowler hands it off. Terry, Anthony, got to get something. Right back to Fowler now. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Gaia from the elbow. No good.
That's not the possession they wanted, and not the shot certainly from 16 feet away by Gaia at 6'10".
What a beautiful move by Abrams down low, able to stop his momentum dead and go up on the opposite side.
He's a big-time player, Division I, big school, University of Illinois, and played in the Big Ten, so he knows what it takes to shine at a level like this.
McReynolds up top. Couple crossovers. He goes up off the glass, can't get it over Kyle Meyer's hands. Simpson into Weeks. It's blocked there. Coming back the other way, it's Terry Anthony, and he's going to be fouled there by Simpson.
Back and forth action, and neither team able to connect on some pretty good looks, but some good defense, and sometimes you don't have to necessarily get a piece of the basketball to alter the shot, and the big fellas on both sides doing a good job to make sure that these guards aren't getting some good looks as they penetrate right now, Kelsey, and that's why we're seeing a lot of free throws. But the defense on both sides has been outstanding in the last minute or so.
Couple of substitutions for both teams. For the Canada Stars, Anthony Johnson checks back into the game. And for the Windsor Express, Madden is right back on the floor. Gaia, a beautiful pass, finds a wide open Fowler under the basket.
One big man to another from 6'10" to 6'8", and Shannon Fowler from West Georgia University on the business end, able to collect down low, and Gaia with a sweet little feed and an easy 2 for the Canada Stars. They need a whole lot more of that, however, to get back into this game. They're still trailing by 9 early here in the second period.
Referees at the table now just confirming the score, 27-18. And it's going to be Windsor Express ball now on the baseline. Walter Weeks Jr. playing that quarterback position right now for his team. Being guarded closely by Terry Anthony. Almost a steal there from Anthony Johnson, able to get a hand on it, but Abrams is going to keep possession. 9 seconds on the shot clock. He comes off the screen from Meyer. Drives left, puts it in off the glass with bodies all over him.
Pretty look, huh? Switch to that left hand. He used that right hand almost as a defender blocker, and then able to feed it off the glass.
Johnson looks for the answer off the glass. That one's no good. He is going to go to the foul line now for 2 shots.
Seen a lot of it throughout the week, Kelsey, penetrating through the lane. And once they hang into the air, you see the athleticism and the strength of these athletes. And that was another good example as Anthony Johnson, again, at 6'5", will head to the charity line.
First one is good for Johnson yesterday. We talk about this quite often. Only went 3 for 7 from the line, looking to get a little higher percentage to bring his team back into the game.
First day jitters, knock off the cobwebs, and turn it around on day number 2.
Shooting 100% right now, 2 for 2, just over 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Abrams, coast to coast, and it's good, plus the foul.
That's great vision. He saw it at midcourt that the lane was open, and unfortunately, Canada Stars got a little lazy defensively. They didn't get back, and Tracy Abrams able to capitalize as he heads down the lane, accelerates, and again, the athleticism with that wraparound off the window.
That was one of the craftiest moves we've seen all game, and to get the foul with it. Anthony Johnson now on the other end, kicks it up to Hawkins. Hawkins out to Anthony Gaea now on the move. He fakes the pass, gets it out. That one, a big bucket for Anthony Johnson. It's a long 2.
And good team chemistry on that play, huh? Give it up to the baseline, nothing was there, a better angle, and the shot from the elbow goes down.
Abrams kicks it out to Hearns. Looks like that was going to be a foul on the swing of his ball. He brought it from his left-hand side of his body over to the right hand, and the defender just couldn't move his hand out of the way fast enough, so it's not going to be a shooting foul. Windsor Express will get the ball on the sideline, 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Jermichael Hawkins had to guess on that switch from one hand to another, and he guessed wrong and got the body instead.
Florima dishes it out to Madden. Madden made that earlier in the quarter. That one just will not fall. A big block, though, on the other end. When you don't get it on the offense, you go back and you get it on defense. Big block. It's out of bounds. It's going to be Canada Stars ball on the baseline.
And there's the hustle again from the Windsor Express, and Jaquante Madden finding an opportunity to come from behind, and the long arm span able to get a piece.
Hawkins, nice spin move off the glass. It's no good. Able to get his own offensive rebound. The putback also no good. Another offensive rebound by Johnson, just short. And Florima comes up with the board.
Well, we're seeing a lot of nifty moves, aren't we? But a lot of guys aren't finishing right now, and that's what you look for at the next level. Certainly everybody's got athleticism, but can you finish?
Nice give and go. Meyer goes up, hits the body of Gaea, and then hits the floor. He's going to go to the line now for 2.
It's been fun watching the big men this tournament, hasn't it? Guys challenging defensively, going at each other. That, to me, is a lot of excitement of the pro ball. The guards are fun. The 3 ball certainly is a big part of the pro game. But I'm still old school, and I like seeing 6'10" go up against 6'10", the mano-y-mano.
I really like the matchup this game of Kyle Meyer and Dudu Gaea. I think they've got a very similar skill set, big bodies, and it's fun watching them bump down low. Just as I say that, though, Gaea is going to be subbed off. It's going to be Zach Kirschbaum who comes back in for him.
He'll sit down 6'10" and bring in another 6'10", although he's a lot lankier in number 7 in Zach Kirschbaum, the newbie.
Rebound there by Anthony Johnson, going full steam ahead. That one just won't fall, and the foul is going to go to Tracy Abrams.
But there's the speed. Nice move that time. Some energy from the Canada Stars on transition. They tried to beat the Express back. They were able to do it. And a couple of free throws upcoming for Anthony Johnson. 33-22 in favor of the Express, and really they've controlled the tempo throughout this first half. Nice turnaround for a team that lost by nearly 30 here yesterday.
All right, we're going to go see what Sydney has to say on the sideline during this. Sid, what's up?
He was pleased with how his team was able to run set plays last game, but wants to see more execution on offense. He hopes to see his players playing with more comfort and run the plays they practiced yesterday and today. One of the biggest adjustments he wants to make is less turnovers. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sid. Just as you say that, Florima hits the floor, and he's going to go to the line again. This will be his 4th trip now to the line just this game.
Here's another one. He's a penetrating guard. He's not afraid to go up against the tall buildings that are trying to fill that lane, and that time he bumped right into Kirschbaum and drew the blocking foul. A couple more free throws coming up for the high-flying Windsor Express.
5 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the first half. 33-24, the Windsor Express leading the way over the Canada Stars. Now, Todd, we mentioned earlier the way that Canada Stars are going to get back into this game is all about energy. And I've noticed the energy from the first quarter to the second has improved, but has it improved enough?
Well, the Windsor Express have matched it, I think, and that's what's allowed them to maintain a pretty strong lead at 33-24 into this media timeout. And I like the way the Express have come back. I like the way they're playing unselfish basketball. They're beating right now the Canada Stars back defensively, and on the offensive side, they're able to find shots, and if they're missing, getting rebounds, getting to the free throw line a lot consistently, and now the points are piling up for them here today.
There has been a lot of fouls, a lot of shots actually from the foul line. How important are those foul shots in a game? I mean, 33-24, and I would guess that over 10 of those points have been from the charity stripe.
Well, 11 games out of 10 that you ever watch comes down to free throw shooting. Well, Coach used to say that, and you know, it's so vital and important that a lot of coaches don't even talk about free throw shooting because they know that it's vital to winning and losing at the final gun.
Abrams off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound goes to Hearns. Hearns, he goes back up. The big bodies there put their hands up, and that's going to be a jump ball. Great defense there by the Canada Stars.
So we'll jump it up. Canada Stars had a lot of long arms in the way, and Anthony Johnson going up against him, and he couldn't finish. Or check it, Deontay Hearns, I should say.
5 seconds now on the shot clock, and this jump ball is between Deontay Hearns and on the other end, number 7, Zach Kirschbaum.
6'7" against 6'10" to hold on to the possession. I'll put my money on Kirschbaum. We'll see.
I'll take the other side of that bet.
It is Vegas. We have to throw down a bet or two throughout the broadcast, don't we?
5 minutes, 21 seconds left to go in this second quarter.
And you win. No? No?
No, you won that one.
Kirschbaum came away with it.
Josiah Lee, he's stripped by Flurima. Bringing it back here, skips it all the way over to Abrams. Almost spots up, a little pump fake now bringing it out. 13 seconds on the shot clock. They swing it, Flurima comes off the screen. Drives left, pulls up. Out to Abrams, 4 seconds, he's got to get it off. Slings it from the 3, and it's good.
Well, the Canada Stars did everything right for about 22 seconds of the 24 of that shot clock. They played great defense, but an open look and the triple, and it goes down by Tracy Abrams.
JaMichael Hawkins hands off to Lee. 8 seconds on the shot clock, comes off the screen. Gets it to Kirschbaum, banked off the glass for a long 2.
Front end look, and the bank is open on a Saturday afternoon here in Las Vegas. Nice shot, top of the key. I guarantee you, he didn't call it.
Flurima over to Madden. Madden skips it right back up top. Washington over to Abrams. Chucks it up, 2 for 2. Back-to-back threes.
Yep, feeling it right now, and the Express has chugged its way out to a 39-26 advantage. And right now he's the hot hand for the team in white.
Johnson trying to split the defenders there. It's stolen, though, and here's Flurima on the fast break. No one around. Jams it for an easy 2.
Canada Stars are back to their old selves. They don't look like they're working well together, and ball's fumbling away, and the Windsor Express able to capitalize, and they've expanded to their largest lead of the day.
Fowler up top. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson drives. There's going to be a foul there, and that one is going to go to Mario Flurima.
Good elevation, a little penetration down the lane, and Anthony Johnson able to find the hole and draw the body contact. And he knew he didn't have a clear sailing to the goal that time, Kelsey. But again, these guys know how to draw the body blows, and they get rewarded with free throws.
Todd, you mentioned that it's starting to look back to the old Canada Stars, and with that, they're going to bring in 3 new players, hopefully get that energy right back up to the way it was at the beginning of this quarter.
They need it, and 3 fresh bodies coming in.
Deontay Hearns is going to stay on the floor, as well as Kyle Meyer. That one is good for Hearns. Flurima He drives left. The up and under off the glass. That one no good, but to save the day, Jaquante Madden puts it in for 2 points.
Nice penetration, and there was his buddy. If he missed it, he was there to mop up the job. And at 6'9", Madden, a little tip in over the lip and down the throat. Another mistake by the Stars, and come to the Express on the other end.
Flurima now in the hands of Madden. Madden just long on that one.
Feet were never set, rushed the shot, and it just chipped off the front of the iron. At 6'9", maybe a little more out of his zone than he would like.
McReynolds, the jumper, no good. Gaea with the offensive rebound resets the shot clock, now 21, and there's a foul. I think this one's again going to go to Flurima. There's a timeout called on the floor. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in this first half. It is 43-28.
And we still have one game to go later this afternoon here in fabulous Las Vegas at the Doolittle Community Center. Point streak versus the Finnish Select. And why is that vital? Well, the winner of that will play here at high noon tomorrow, Chelsea, for a tournament championship. So one game to go still today, and a lot online for both of those squads, and both teams really looked very good and very strong here yesterday afternoon on the opening day. And we'll see which of those two heavyweights able to find their way through to the title game here tomorrow afternoon.
Like we mentioned earlier, point streak, they defeated the Canada Stars yesterday 82-79, and on the other end it was the Finnish Select that beat the Windsor Express 95-66. Like we said in pregame, it's going to be a really great matchup between those two teams. I even heard the coaches talking to each other this morning saying, I mean, I got to prep all day because they just want to beat each other so bad and get to that championship game.
Sure, there's a lot of competition here this weekend. You know, a lot of smiles. It's kind of a lapse attitude overall, really, and laid-back attitude, I should say, throughout the week here in Las Vegas. It is Summer League basketball, but there's a lot of stiff competition, and believe me, these teams want to hoist a trophy by the end of the event tomorrow afternoon.
Johnson makes both. Walter Weeks Jr. bringing it up now for the Windsor Express over to Flurima. Flurima swings it to Washington. Washington behind the back. Dish is off to Simpson, just short.
Kirschbaum yanks down the rebound for the Canada Stars, trying to chip away, down 13 as we approach halftime.
Big three here by McReynolds, and it's good.
Well, that's the medicine the doctor ordered and the medicine that the Stars certainly needed. And it started on the defensive end, Kelsey, in the previous play, and then they found good ball movement offensively.
Now a 10-point game, 43-33. Here's Anthony Johnson. Over to McReynolds, right back out to Johnson. He drives right, a Euro step off the glass, just can't do it, but he gets a hand in it on the way back, and that putback brings them now to a single-digit deficit.
Ambidextrous that time, Anthony Johnson. His first attempt with the right-handed runner, that didn't go, so he tips in his own miss with the left hand, and the Stars are starting to shine.
Weeks wide open, Todd. That cannot happen. That was too easy for Walter Weeks Jr.
Yeah, there have been a lot of open lanes on the end to our right for the Windsor Express, and they've exposed it today.
Johnson, the step back, that one off the back rim, it's no good.
Here come the Express, their lead trimmed to 10.
Weeks, a nice little crossover, hands it off to Simpson, and he puts it in for 2.
Walter Weeks leaving it to the trailer, and Rayshawn Simpson from Morgan State University able to finish with an easy bucket.
McReynolds double teamed, gets it over to Kirschbaum. Blocked by Kyle Meyer, and now on the fast break, wide open, Simpson puts it in.
The Express just out hustling the Stars consistently in this first half, and I guarantee you energy and effort are going to be A1 on the top of the list for the coach of the Stars in that locker room at halftime. His team right now not bringing it. The Express looks like a whole different team from yesterday.
Johnson, there's 3 shots in a row for him now. No one else taking shots on his team. This time, it is going to be a success. He's going to go to the charity stripe for 2 and have a chance at 2 points.
He likes that dribble drive from the right side of the lane. And, hey, if they're going to give him the lane, I guarantee you he's going to take it. And if he doesn't make it, boom, 2 more chances from the free throw line.
That one no good for Johnson. The Colorado native has one more as teammate Terry Anthony checks into the game, giving Demetrius McReynolds a quick break before heading into the half. Johnson sinks the single. 26 seconds left to go, about a 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Windsor's worked themselves well. That was an early ill-advised shot.
And Washington knew it was in. He released it from his hand, walked back the other way without even looking. It was nothing but net. Now just under 15 seconds left to go.
There's no coach in this tournament that wants to see an early shot clock shot like that, but hey, he drained it beautifully from about 25 feet away, and all of a sudden the Express feeling it up 16, and they're on pace for over 100 points in this game right now, Kelsey, if it holds.
Johnson bringing it up by himself. Drives left, hands it off to Anthony. Anthony now up top, chucks it from beyond the arc, and there's the answer. Nothing but net once again. 5 seconds now on the clock. Here's Simpson. Simpson finds the wide open man underneath, and that one is good for Ricardo Washington at the end of the first half, 54-40.
And that was kind of in a nutshell of the way this first half went. The Windsor Express hustled down. They didn't worry that there were 4 seconds left on the clock, and an easy little bucket underneath, and all of a sudden the Express, thanks to the hustle from Ricardo Washington, are out to an impressive first half advantage of 54-40.
We'll be back right after this quick commercial break.
The Global Basketball Summer League in Las Vegas allows players to showcase their skills in front of coaches, agents, and executives. But the tournament is also a training platform for the NBA officiating department. The GBSL allows referees.
So, Coach, coming into the second half, what did you tell to your players to keep the momentum going?
Well, just basically just to keep playing, keep competing. You know, we got a 15-point lead right now. And we're playing excellent. They're hustling, they're moving the ball, rebounding, getting out in transition, getting some easy points. Just don't let this game get away from us.
Is there any adjustments you need to make on offense or defense to keep the lead?
No adjustments. Keep doing what we've been doing, and that's just moving the ball, rebounding, and defending.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck the second half. Back to Kelsey and Todd.
Now, there's not a lot of adjustments that they need to make, Todd, on the offensive or defensive end, which is led right now by Tracy Abrams, who's got 17 points on 6 for 9 shooting.
They're just doing a lot of good things, and it shows statistically, shooting 59% from the floor in that first half. Kelsey, that's very impressive. They're getting a lot of points in the paint, outscoring the Stars 34-8 in the paint. They're getting to the free throw line with regularity, and they're out rebounding the Canada Stars, and really the stat that doesn't show numerically is the out hustle. And the first 2 quarters for Coach Scott Newman, I think, have been impressive. Can they find a Xerox copy of that here in the second half? And that's the million-dollar question.
Gaea to lead it off, kicks it out. That one a bit short, but it's Terry Anthony who gets that offensive rebound in the corner now. That one just short again for Lee. The rebound goes to Ricardo Washington.
So a good start for the Express defensively, and the Canada Stars, meanwhile, starving for offense, have had a couple of good open looks, couldn't hit.
Flurima pulls it back, foot on the line. It's just short. A huge rebound by Josiah Lee, really showing his athleticism there. Just can't hold on to it. It's going to go out of bounds and be Windsor Express ball.
Yeah, he just lost his footing, I think. It took his eye off the ball as it came away, and it just kind of sputtered over the end line. It will stay with the Windsor Express, up 15 points early here in the third.
Flurima in the corner now. They've got a new shot clock, double team, trying to break it, looking to pass it to someone. He gets it. Looks like he was trying to get it all the way across, but the long arms of Kyle Myers picked it up. That one just long for Abrams.
Another good open jumper, too. Uncontested jumpers from 20 feet away. Those should be made here this weekend in Vegas.
Hawkins, the reverse, no good. Rebound, Meyer. Meyer showing off his ball handling skills there, gets it over to Simpson. Flurima now up top, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Rejects the screen, but kicks it out to the big man. He finds the open man in the corner. Hearns loses his dribble, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to Simpson, and right at the buzzer, he's able to turn around and put it in.
Just as they designed, I'm sure, but no, that's a good ball movement and able to find that was Rayshawn Simpson, knowing that the clock was weeding away, a little fade away, and boom, nothing but net from 12 feet away.
Anthony now loses his dribble in the corner, gets it over to Gaia, who hands it right back. He drives left down the middle, tries to split the defenders there, and they just strip the ball from him. Here's Florima on the other end with the body contact off the glass. It's good. And someone on the Windsor Express has gone up there in the double digits as well. He's got 10 points now.
Defensively, Deontay Hearns blocking the shot off transition, a 3-on-1 break, and they were able to finish with ease.
Gaia almost got it stolen from him there. That one is going to go to Rayshawn Simpson. It'll be Canada Stars ball on the sideline. A substitution in for the Windsor Express. Kyle Meyer is going to take a quick seat on the bench. In for him, Jaquante Madden.
A 6'10" sits down and bring in a fresh 6'9", 215-pounder in Jaquante Madden. Jaquante took 5 shots in that first half and finished 2 out of 5 with 4 points coming off the bench.
Anthony comes off the screen looking inside. Gets it into Fowler. Fowler, a nice hook shot. That one's good.
My favorite shot in all basketball. Get it to the big, allow him to back down a defender, and then the unstoppable little turnaround jump hook. And
a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there.
That was pretty cool.
Down low, the step through. Beautiful move there by Hearns. Way to be aware of his body and footwork. Unbelievable.
Up and under, worked beautifully and able to finish as he headed to the goal, splitting the 2 defenders.
Gaia can't get it to fall. Coming back the other way now. Here's Simpson. Into Madden, just off the back rim. It won't fall, and there's going to be a foul called on the floor.
The lob by Rayshawn, and there was Jaquante filling the middle, and you're right, caught it beautifully, just couldn't get it to connect. It pinballed all over the iron and spun out, and the ball will go back into the other way in the hands of the Canada Stars, down by 19 points midway through the third. Kelsey, they still haven't found really any offensive consistency all day.
Hawkins drives left. It's blocked by Madden. Here's Abrams now on the fast break, loses his dribble there. Stuttered, kept the ball in his possession, though, got it out to Hearns, and Hearns sinks it for 2.
Again, all set up by the defense. An altered shot on one end, good break on the other, and an open look with the jumper from the baseline.
Josiah Lee out to Fowler. No rush here, Fowler. Dribbles, showing off his ball handling now. Goes middle, kicks it out to the baseline. Lee looking to thread the needle there into Gaia, but it's knocked out of bounds. Great defense there by the Windsor Express. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Canada Stars, they're going to take it on the baseline.
Yeah, Tracy Abrams was beaten on the play. He did recover in time and able to knock it away from Gaia.
Gaia blocked there from behind by Madden. He's going to go to the line now for 2.
And the step by Gaia got around Madden. As Jaquante knew it, he was beaten on the play, tried to swat it away from behind. All those big 6'9" big guys think they have a long arm reach, and he did get a piece of the ball from behind, but he also got a piece of the body, and they turned it over and a chance for a couple of free throws.
This is Gaia's first trip to the line. First one is good.
Attended Ball State University. Dudu Gaia transferred from South Carolina State to Ball State.
100% from the line. Yeah, is it? It's a little bit of a move.
Very different cultures as well.
Here's Florima now, 6 minutes left to go in the third. He comes off the screen from Madden. Finds the open lane, crosses the key, and puts it in on the right-hand side.
Good-looking player, huh? Mario Florima. I know you and I have called his name all afternoon. He doesn't find those good shots. He's got a lot of speed, and he's shown that here today. And that time of penetration around the big fella.
Fowler, the jumper is good.
Speaking of big fellas, 6'8", combo player. Division II from West Georgia University. Nice shot.
Madden with a beautiful shot. Duck down there, kind of the Steph Curry squat that we got in the playoffs. Beautiful for the 1-2-3.
Well, we're seeing the big fellas hit these jumpers today. It's been impressive.
Big rebound there by Josiah Lee. Gets it out to Gaia. They've got a new shot clock now. Fowler up top. Kicks it to Lee. Lee into the big man down low. The no-look pass, beautiful pass there into Terry Anthony. He just can't connect off the glass.
It was a sweet pass, and yeah, he should have finished. May have been pushed from behind. That altered the shot, but no whistle.
Abrams on the other end shows him exactly how it's done. The easy layup on the right-hand side brings them to 71.
Well, the Express playing like their nickname today. They certainly look like a runaway freight train, so to speak, and their energy and their speed has been consistent today, and Coach Newman's got to be impressed with the way his effort has shown on the floor.
Except for that play left wide open, Josiah Lee underneath.
That was just well executed, yeah, and they kind of lulled the defense to sleep and then whip it to the baseline, allow Josiah to flex his muscle for two.
Flurima drives right, kicks it out. That's going to be a charging foul on the pass shot. After the dead ball, it's going to go back to the Canada Stars on the baseline. Shot clock will be reset. 4:20 left to go in the third.
Yeah, pretty anticipation. Dudu Gaea filled that lane well, and the penetration on the dribble drive, the collision, and that was an easy whistle for the NBA official underneath to call the charge against the guard.
And that's a second charge that Gaea has taken in this game. Another one of those things that, yeah, it's another one of those things that isn't on the stats sheet necessarily, but what a great defensive awareness to be able to do that. As I'm saying that, there's a foul on Zach Kirschbaum, and he's going to go to the line now for two.
Well, he missed the first, kept the ball high at 6'10", and had the little guys from the Windsor Express fishing at him, and they knocked him on the wrist, and he'll go to the line. Young man that just graduated from high school, 6'10", 210, Zach Kirschbaum.
Boy, he loves the bank. First the bank from the three, now the bank from the foul line.
You're saying he should go into finance instead of basketball, huh? That'd be a good career maybe if it doesn't pan out for Zach Kirschbaum. The bank on a Saturday. Oh, he missed the back end.
Flurima now drives, no call. It's out of bounds, but it is going to stay with the Windsor Express. They'll get it on the baseline now, 21 seconds on the shot clock.
Fun guy to watch, Mario Flurima. He knows one speed, and that's 100%. And a guy that rumbles and tumbles and hits the deck, fights to keep the possessions, and kind of hustling player that you want to see on your roster.
And like you mentioned earlier, Todd, that's exactly what is keeping this Windsor Express with this pretty substantial lead right now. It's all about that energy and the heart. Madden from the corner, it's good.
And the 19-foot jumpers, too, by the 6'9" guys. The guards can certainly shoot those, but we're seeing some of the bigs hit from long range today.
Flurima grabs that board. He's looking to go coast to coast, puts it up off the back rim. It's no good, brought down now by Terry Anthony.
Good idea, though. He surveyed the defense and then penetrated.
Kirschbaum on the score sheet, give him two.
Demetrius McReynolds with a no-look pass. It was a good vision, watching the floor, and saw the big guy all alone underneath. Caught it and collected, and easy deuce.
Flurima now swings it all the way to Madden. Madden puts it up from beyond the arc. That one's no good. Big rebound by Demetrius McReynolds.
Canada Stars down 23. It's getting late in the third. They really need to find some consistency offensively, and they got it that time down to the big guy, back down. Dequante Madden and drew the foul.
Fowler's going to take it out of bounds for this Canada Stars team. They're trailing still 73-50, just under 3 minutes left to go in the third. He gets it in now to Anthony Johnson. Johnson comes off the screen from the big man, splits the defenders. A beautiful pass there into Fowler. He kicks it out to Hawkins. Hawkins just cannot connect. Flurima will grab the board.
Boy, coaches get frustrated on plays like that because you do everything right. You execute, unselfish play, got it out to the wing, and the open look was missed.
Flurima takes a body contact off the glass, is good. Wow, what a game he is having.
The penetrator does it again, finding a hole down the lane, and fearless. Mario Flurima able to gobble up 2 more points because of his great court awareness, his athleticism, and his fearlessness taking it in against the bigs. And I tell you what, Kelsey, if you and I were to pick a player of the game right now for the Windsor Express, Mario Flurima would certainly be up there near the top of that list.
On the other end, it's the Canada Stars coach, Mike Leslie, who takes the time out. Now, Todd, we said the big thing they need to do is get some energy in here to get back into this game. But despite energy, what is he drawing on his board that's going to allow his team to step up?
Well, he's probably gone to the drawing board a lot, honestly, in this game, and things just aren't working out this afternoon for the Canada Stars. And even when they appear, at least on paper, to try to execute some design plays, they're not working. They're not finishing on shots. And it's just a frustrating day for the Canada Stars and Coach Leslie, a team yesterday that had a tough loss against Point Streak in the opening round by 3 points, wanted to come back and prove themselves. They just haven't found it this afternoon. And meanwhile, the Windsor Express, credit Coach Newman and company, they really look like they've turned it 180 degrees and have been awfully impressive in front of these fans this afternoon. Some days you can coach, and if the guys don't execute, there's just not much you can do.
Yeah, the Canada Stars are really going to need players like Josiah Lee, Jamichael Hawkins, Shannon Fowler to really step up in this last 2 minutes of the third and then the 10 minutes of the fourth if they're going to have a chance to get back into this game.
You'd love to get it under 20 going into the fourth. Turnovers like that, not going to help.
Simpson out to Flurima. He puts it in from the three just off the mark. Big rebound there by Dudu Gaea. Here's Johnson now. Kicks it out. Could be a big three for this team. It's just short, and Simpson pulls down the board.
Shot's just not falling today for the Stars.
Simpson keeps it high, tries to get around the body of Gaea, but he's kind of chipped away at his hip. He's going to go to the line now for two.
You could see some frustration, too, on these Canada Stars' faces. They know they've had their opportunities. They're getting some good open looks. Shots aren't falling, and all of a sudden that starts to drag. The problem is, Kelsey, when you start to worry about shots that aren't going, Windsor Express flying down, they're beating you back offensively, and they're getting some easy looks.
Simpson can't connect from the charity stripe on the first one. Minute 35 left to go in the third. It's 75-50.
One game to go yet this afternoon, and that's Point Streak and Finish Select, and that will finish day number 2.
No pun intended.
Put the finishing touches on the puns for the rest of the day.
Okay, do you have any more? Let's get them all out. Here's McReynolds up top. Pulls up on the elbow. That one, no good. Simpson coming back the other way. He gets it over to Abrams. Abrams still leading the way in scoring in this game. Behind the back, a beautiful move. Off the glass, he gets his own rebound, tips it back in. That'll be something he puts on his demo.
No doubt about it. Froze the defender, went to the opposite way on an angle, just couldn't finish the first shot, but he got the stick back, and yeah, that was very impressive. Tracy Abrams from the University of Illinois.
Here's Johnson now, driving left, loses his dribble there on the double team. It's off his leg, so it's going to go back the other way to the Windsor Express. Less than a minute now left to go in the third.
And this should get them into the late game tomorrow and play for 5th place, Windsor Express. After a near 30-point loss yesterday, they've really come back with a vengeance here this afternoon.
Walter Weeks Jr. able to get it to Abrams after he picks up his dribble in the double team. It's now Kyle Myers down low, 7 seconds on the shot clock, looking to back down his defender. Keeping it high, puts it up off the glass, doesn't hit anything but the backboard. On the other end, there is going to be a foul there. Simpson's going to grab that foul. Great foul there. Smart basketball IQ decision there to stop it. He knew he didn't have numbers, and he knew that if he let them go, it's a good chance they're going to get that fast break bucket. So he stops it, gets everyone back on defense here. Now they can really set up for the last 23.7 seconds.
Yeah, and on the previous play, boy, Kyle Meyer had a mismatch as he backed down the smaller guard and waited way too long to put on a move against him. By the time he did, Canada Stars helped, double-teamed him, and he threw up a wild, ill-advised shot.
There's a 3.7 seconds difference now between the game clock and the shot clock. The Canada Stars is going to have to put something up to end this period.
Yeah, the clock isn't their friend anyway, down by nearly 30 points, but execution is, and they've got to figure out points quickly.
McReynolds on the left-hand side gets it over to Gaea. In the hands of Johnson now. He puts it up. It looks good. Just off the mark, and there's going to be a foul down low, a push with the big guys.
Gaea battling Meyer and a loose ball foul. And they're going to get it on the Canada Stars and the Ball State University man and Dudu Gaea. And we'll go the other way with the Express up big. And 5 seconds remaining on this third quarter clock. We're in the double bonus from here on out.
And they've got the chance to get up even bigger with Simpson at the line now, 1-1. Again, just under 5 seconds left to go. What are you looking to do if you're the Canada Stars in that 5 seconds? Who are you going to?
Well, first you pray because you're down by 28 points. But other than that, you know, they've just got to figure out some execution and chip away. You can't worry about the score at this point. Play good team basketball and hope that you get some breaks.
I think for this last 5 seconds, if I'm the Canada Stars, I want the ball in the hands of either Anthony Johnson or Jamichael Hawkins to put up that last second three.
See how they handle it.
Here's Johnson. He gets it over to Hawkins. Hawkins with 1 second. He puts it up for the deep three. That one just short off the front rim at the end of the third. It is 79-50. The Windsor Express leading over the Canada Stars.
And just fun, impressive basketball by the Windsor Express. And for Coach Scott Newman and company, they didn't let off the accelerator after they exploded to a halftime lead that was up by 15. And, you know, it was a team effort. Coaches and scouts want to see how you handle not only a lead, but how you handle being down by 29 points. And if you're able to continue to fight and claw, because that's the name of life.
It's Windsor Express possession to start off this fourth quarter. Flurima on the 45 up to Simpson. Simpson being guarded very closely by Hawkins. He hands it off now to Hearns. Hearns finds the wide open Abram. That one, no good. He's able to get his own offensive rebound, though. Reset shot clock. Beautiful behind the back pass over to Kyle Meyer. Just a little too low for the big man. It goes off his leg and out of bounds.
Another one of those, looky what I found, surprises. Nice little behind the back. That was pretty sweet. And Kyle Meyer is still wearing that smile, that wry smile on his face, saying, yeah, I probably should have collected that, but didn't think you had it in you, Abrams. A pretty sweet advance, just couldn't finish.
He'll know by tomorrow, by their third game.
They'll remind him, I'm sure, that he should have finished that play.
Here's Dante up top, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Lee. Here's Hawkins now. He's going to have to get it off. Right at the buzzer. It rattles around the rim, and it's good for 2 points.
Just incredible athleticism. Tough off-balance shot. Switch to the other hand, and the 6'5" Jamichael Hawkins able to hit.
Abrams up top. Swings it to Flurima. He comes off the screen from Meyer. Both defenders come with him, so he finds Meyer in the corner. He puts it into Simpson. The turnaround Kobe jumper, that one, that's a beauty.
That was sweet, huh? A little fadeaway, turnaround from the baseline, and the high arcing rainbow finds nothing but net. Not letting the foot off this Express. They're up by 29 points with 8.5 to go.
That one's good for Fowler.
Shannon
81 to 54 now, Todd.
Find a little hole. He's a good-looking player, too. You know, you don't worry so much about the score and say, well, this team's dominating the others. Shannon Fowler came to play today, had a nice look, and able to hit the J. And Mario Florima with another impressive dribble drive. And another deuce for the University of Texan Mario Florima.
Kirschbaum tried to get the bank there, just didn't quite reach high enough on the backboard. Here's Simpson on the other end, chucks it up from beyond the arc. It's over the backboard. That one is out of bounds. It's going to go back to Canada Stars.
And a good open look, a little frustrating play as the ball hit the front of the rim and then ticked over the back of the glass, and the turnover goes back to the Canada Stars. Still wearing that smile, Rayshawn Simpson. Why not? His team is up healthy. 7.5 to go.
Now's a time for the Windsor Express not to get kind of bored and lackadaisical, but to try new things. And you saw that there with Simpson as he drove to the basket.
Well, again, you want that chemistry because you want it to show tomorrow when you're playing for 5th place and finish this tournament strong.
There's a big basket for Thomas Dante.
First time we've seen in a while the Canada Stars on a fast break off transition. 3-on-1, they were able to finish with Thomas. Another new addition to the roster today, 6'4" from Arkansas State.
Abrams puts it up, it rattles around and just can't drop. There's going to be a foul there on Simpson. Simpson looking around like he didn't think he got him in that one.
The Windsor Express getting a little lackadaisical. Canada Stars trying to do whatever it takes to get back in this game, and Shannon Fowler tried to put that play in motion on the dribble, and just got a little ticky-tacky foul from behind.
Thomas Dante up top. They get a new shot clock now, 20 seconds winding down. He puts it up from the foul line. No good as Kyle Meyer picks up the board.
Can't afford misses like that. Open look from the foul line. Most collegiate guys make those jumpers in their sleep.
Simpson tries to pass it in there to Deontay Hearns, just off his hand, kind of slipped away there right onto his bench, trying to keep his teammates on the bench engaged in the game, but that one goes out of bounds. It's coming back the other way now. Josiah Lee driving, looks to go coast to coast. He wanted to get it in there to Zach Kirschbaum, but Kirschbaum actually kind of went around the other direction, and that's just one of those things that these guys just haven't played together before.
Sure.
A little miscommunication.
Yeah.
It's out of bounds, so it's going to come back for the Windsor Express. Just under 6.5 minutes left to go in the game.
And you saw Kirschbaum, he was kind of pointing to him. He wanted the lob, I think, on an alley-oop. 7-footer, they love to rise and dunk. They don't want those little layups.
Not as flashy.
Yeah.
Talk about flashy.
They don't want to reach down to their ankles and grab those passes. They want to reach to the heavens and flush it home.
Here's another one of those guys who's going to come on at the next stoppage of play. Gaea will come on, and he's one of those ones who wants to get it up high, too.
Another 6'10" that wants to show his reach.
Hawkins gets it over to Lee. Lee drives, finds himself in the middle, and gets it into the big man on the block. He skips it now out to Dante. Drives left, a huge athletic block by Deontay Hearns. Wow.
Deontay on Dante, and Deontay got the better of the play.
Flurima on the other end. That was such a beautiful play. These two teams, they're getting loose now. We should start the game over right now and see how different of a game it would be as Jamichael Hawkins puts it in for 2.
Yeah, you're right. We got into a lull, and then the energy all of a sudden is certainly ramped up a bit, and unfortunately we only have 5 minutes to go in the game.
Flurima now up top. Swings it to Abrams. Looking to get it inside now. Gets it to Hearns. Hearns faces up. The up and under, he's blocked there. And the ball's in the hands of Dante, who kicks it up to Hawkins. Hawkins spots up now from the 3. Nothing but net.
Sweet shot, maybe a little too late for the Canada Stars. But, yeah, they're playing very well here in the fourth quarter. And, you know, if you're their coach, you certainly want a chance to play for tomorrow, but maybe he said that starts today. And if they can get a good fourth quarter, that'll give them a good taste in their mouth with Mike Leslie and company heading into tomorrow's game.
I think that goes a lot to what you said earlier, Todd, as Kyle Meyer goes up for the jam. It's the scouts that are watching. They don't want to see these teams, even the ones that are down, hang their heads. They want to see how you act in adversity, and I think this team right now is doing just that. Canada Stars have come out to play in this fourth quarter.
Definitely. You know, they too know that they're down big, but they have a lot left in the gas tank, and they want to show it before the final horn.
There's a foul going to be called there on Shannon Fowler. Couple substitutions in for each team now. Canada Stars, they're bringing in Dudu Gaea, and on the Windsor Express, Walter Weeks Jr. is making his way on, as well as a couple other of his teammates, including Jaquante Madden.
Kyle Meyer will take a seat. Rayshawn Simpson also will get a spell. And
Ricardo Washington also making his way onto the floor now for the last 4 minutes and 16 seconds of this matchup.
You know, Coach Newman's got a big game tomorrow for 5th place. He wants to make sure that these guys do have something left in the tank and are fresh here tomorrow afternoon at 4:45.
Out of bounds off of Canada Stars. It's going to be Windsor Express ball on the sideline. 18 seconds left to go in the shot clock. It's Walter Weeks Jr. up top, drives, tries to thread the needle almost between the legs of the defenders, but it was stolen on the other end. It's an easy 2 for Jamichael Hawkins.
And from Thomas to Hawkins, an easy deuce for the Stars. And there's that burst of energy that they're showing here in that fourth quarter. But again, as we alluded to, it's just a little too late, at least for this afternoon.
Deontay Hearns up top. Stagnant offense right now for this Windsor Express team. Taking it easy. 6 seconds on the shot clock. He puts it up off the mark. Couple players fighting for the rebound. They're on the floor now. Able to get it up to Deontay Hearns. Hearns tries to get it back in. It's no good, and now it's Dudu Gaea. Gets it to Thomas Dante. That one is no good, but he is going to go to the line now for 2.
Yeah,
a bit of a scramble down there.
Yeah, remember, Gaia just came off the bench, so he's fresh at 6'10", and he altered the shot with a block on one end defensively and got it moving offensively on the other end for the Canada Stars. Coach Leslie now going to his bench. Remember, despite this tough loss, they will come back tomorrow, the Canada Stars, and have an opportunity to finish off strong. They'll be playing in the early game, though. They got a quick alarm clock tomorrow, and they'll play for the 7th place against the Greek Connect team that lost earlier today, 89-80 to the French Pro-Am here on this court.
You know, the coach of the Greek Connect team told me I wasn't allowed to be in the gym for any more of his games because he thinks I'm the bad luck charm. He hasn't grabbed a W yet in this tournament.
Coaches always look for excuses besides themselves, don't they?
Here we go, Anthony Johnson across court. A beautiful pass there now into Fowler. He's able to put the bucket in and give him the and 1 as well. Under 3 minutes now left to go in the game.
Pretty feed that time. Demetrius McReynolds down low, and there on the business end, Shannon Fowler with the scoop and the score. And boy, if they could have just Xerox copied this 4th quarter and played the entire game like this, we'd have a much tighter affair down the stretch than we have right here.
It's the urgency really that comes in this 4th quarter that they just weren't playing with in the 1st quarter, and I think a lot of that just comes with experience.
Sure, they know that the game's probably over as far as score-wise, but they're not giving up, and that's a test to the athletes on the floor.
Weeks bringing it up for this home team. Gets it over to Simpson. Simpson to the newly subbed in Flurima. Comes off the screen from Madden. Splits the defenders right down the middle. The up and under on the right-hand side is good. He is having quite the performance tonight.
He's like that Energizer bunny, huh? Keeps going and going and going. He's got a lot of energy. Very steady, consistent, sharp-looking player, and there'll be a place professionally, I guarantee you, for a guy like Mario Florima.
McReynolds, the floater, it's good for 2. Florima bringing it back the other way for the home team now. Heading into the 2-minute mark of this game. He turns the corner on the left-hand side, the up and under. That one rolls around the rim in slow motion almost. It doesn't fall. He is going to go to the charity stripe. I think the cool thing about that, Todd, is he did the exact same move on the other side just last possession.
Right. He's showing, again, that ability to switch hands. And, boy, that was a pretty move. There's the speed and the athleticism of Mario Florima. He's got a summer home at the free throw line. He's been there a lot here this afternoon. I tell you what, this guy's a shining star.
Todd, here's the question of the night for you. It's 91-68. Are they going to hit 100 in the next 2 minutes and 10 seconds?
We all get free Big Macs or something, don't they, here if we hit 100 points?
Let's talk to our director about that. Cottrell, you listening? Demetrius McReynolds gets it out to Johnson. Now in the hands of the big man. Beautiful play there by Dudu Gaea.
Pretty move with the left hand, too, across the lane and that jump hook at 6'10". Sweet.
Nice block there by Terry Anthony. Great hands as he's able to get it right out of the shooter. But it's Florima who gets a steal of his own. Madden on the fast break, pulls up for the long 2. That one no good. Gaea grabs the board.
I think he just wanted to get that on tape, that he could at least spot up and hit another long-range jumper.
I have to try again tomorrow. This one will be a long 2 if it goes. It's no good, and Madden cleans it up. Under a minute and a half now left to go in this game. Florima bringing it up for his team, really slowing down the offense.
Sure. This game is almost into the books. They're up comfortably by 21 points with 70 seconds to go, and key is just to save that energy and come back tomorrow, and hopefully you can do it again.
Great defense there by Gaea, able to keep himself straight up. He jumped, but it was in his own defensive cylinder, so no call. On the other end, just cannot connect for McReynolds, and it's coming back the other way now. Simpson gets it stripped. Here's Anthony Johnson now. Under a minute left to go, pulls up for the 3. That one, swish for the 3.
Well, the Stars team has been fun in the 4th quarter. They've given us a lot of chills and thrills. Unfortunately, it just hasn't been consistent for 4 quarters. And, hey, because of that, credit the Express. They really have looked good for 40 minutes today.
No one can clean up that one. the miss off Florima. Now under 30 seconds left to go in the game. Anthony Johnson gets it over to Terry Anthony. That one is good, and Madden's going to be charged with the foul.
No reason to fly at a shooter on that play, and ill-advised foul against the big man for the Express. But on the other side, credit Anthony Terry. Nice penetration from the baseline, flew in, drew the little touch foul, and he'll go to the stripe and has a chance at the end one.
That one is good for Terry. 20 seconds left to go. Shot clock is done. The coach on the other side, Newman, he's saying, just get across. No need to put in a bucket. We're not here to embarrass anyone. So Florima's going to just dribble it out for the next 10 seconds. And at the end of the game, it's going to be 91-75, the Windsor Express over the Canada Stars.
110 degrees outside. You want to save some energy for tomorrow's game, the final day 3 of this session A. And Coach Scott Newman doesn't show much facial expression as he walks off the floor, but I guarantee you deep down inside, Kelsey, he's very satisfied with not only the way his team played here today, but the way they rebounded from a rough effort on the floor to open this event on yesterday. And every coach has got to be proud of his team and the way that they come back, and they certainly did impress for 4 quarters this afternoon.
Tracy, so coming off a tough loss yesterday, what was your mindset coming into the game today?
I just wanted to, get everybody connected and playing together. Obviously, everybody new playing with each other, and it's hard sometimes to be connected. And today, we just really tried to focus on playing together.
Great. What changed in the chemistry from yesterday's game to today's game?
It wasn't as much the ball sticking to one player. I think we was willing to pass the ball to each other and let the play develop.
How are you going to prepare for tomorrow's game where you could potentially win 2 out of 3 in this tournament?
We just got to have the same approach we had today. Just go out there, be aggressive, try to lock in as much as you can on defense, and help each other out.
Do you think there's any adjustments you guys can make, offense or defense-wise?
I just want us to keep making the extra plays, extra passes, giving out good energy. Let the rest take care of itself.
Well, thank you and good luck tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Hey, the Canada Stars battled yesterday. They had a tough setback by 3 points. Today, it just didn't work out early. I think they got their daubers down as they started to trail by 15 to 20 points. And by that time, it was just too tall of a mountain to climb. But, hey, they've got a chance tomorrow to redeem themselves, and that's really a lot of part of the fun of this tournament here this weekend.
I think the fun also goes with the Canada Stars last game. If they just come out and play the way they did in that 4th quarter, it's going to be a really good 7th place game tomorrow that they're going to be able to come and get their first win of the tournament.
Yeah, every coach would say that, right? If we can just play like we played in that 1 quarter throughout the whole game, good things would happen. And, a lot of shots just didn't fall. I thought they executed well consistently, but, the shots weren't going for them this afternoon. And meanwhile, the Windsor Express just had a tremendous burst of energy for 4 quarters. They obviously deserved the big win.
All right, guys, make sure you tune into the rest of the games today and check out these teams. They've got more games coming up tomorrow. Again, Kelsey Wright-Johnson and my good friend Todd will be back.